Good morning, everyone. Hey, it's Reed Booth, Killer Bee Guy here. Hosh is on the cameras, and I've got the microphones in my hand here because we're out here in the Wild West, and it is cold and windy, and you can see the grass blowing and whatnot, and we always have issues with the microphones with the wind. And so I've got the microphones here, and everybody please let me know if you can hear us okay, if you can hear me all right. I'm going to be speaking directly into them because it's just windy at 25 degrees tomorrow morning. It's cold right now. I mean, it is almost freezing right now. But we're down here at the Douglas International Airport, and it is wild and blustery winter morning here just a few days after Halloween, but that's what happens around here. You never know. This is the Douglas. It's actually a huge airport. And those are hangars. This was built in World War II so that bombers could land here to refuel. And they still maintain it. They still keep it up, except for the hangars. The hangars are going to hell, and there's bees and all that. But the FAA, we're doing a job for the FAA, and it's wasps. We got a shitload of wasp nests around the VOR building here, which of course is what all the communications and whatnot are from this little building behind us, out in the middle of nowhere at this airport. All of these old hangars over here that you see, they all have bees in them. They're all basically falling apart, these old hangars. But we're right near the prison complex, literally in the middle of nowhere. I mean, look at the grass. Everything is blowing around out here. I hope you guys can hear me okay. I'm trying to shield the microphones.
Well, I'll tell you one of the things we got going on. It's interesting, actually. A lot of people on TikTok are experiencing black screens with YouTubers.
Black screens on TikTok?
I can see them. I can't see this.
You can see them?
So yeah, they're rolling in.
And so you've got...
Anyway, the TikTok connection is dodgy. YouTube seems
No, wait, dodgy or gone?
well...
Hosh is telling me that the TikTok connection... I wonder if that has something to do with the VOR thing. Jesus, I hope not, guys, because we really wanted to take you on a tour of this shit. Yeah, well, we're going to do it, that's for sure. I mean, we're going to do a little walk around here anyway. Well, hang with us, TikTokers, and apparently YouTube's fine. Well, you can go to YouTube. What the hell? We're go to YouTube and Killer Bee Guy. Live streaming tonight, and according to Hosh, it's all fine on YouTube. Man, not so much on TikTok. I don't know what the hell. You know TikTok, yeah. Could have something to do with the U.S. government here. This is for the FAA, what we're doing here, right? And so, but we have veritable wasp infestation here, at least, I don't know, a dozen wasp nests or something. This is going to be really easy for us because it's really cold and windy, and the wasps are all in have with coffee.
Here.
What you got? Now that'll help, won't it? Dyslexia here. Is that better? No, you can't. It might be a little bit. Thank you.
I only heard the wind.
I'm just like, I wasn't passing gas. So anyway, oh, we are geniuses, aren't we? Oh, look at how beautiful the mountains are off in the distance over there. So those are the Swiss elms, and Elfrida's right up there, and we got Douglas behind us. But anyway, we're at the FAA building here in Douglas, Arizona. This old airport is built in World War II, actually, but we have a shitload of these wasp nests that are tucked up in these channels. There's a dead one over there we can knock down, but they're tucked into these channels, and so we're gonna make quick work of it once we get going on it. We had one there. We had another one. Where did we have another one? Right here. On either side of that.
Yeah.
I mean, there are just wasp nests everywhere along here, and the FAA wants to get rid of them because liability and whatnot. Good, you can actually hear me.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. We get so tired of the wind blowing and can hear us then.
Yeah.
And so then I stuffed up my ass that one time. Nobody could hear me then. And so
Find that middle.
Find the middle ground, about halfway between. So anyway, now we're out of the wind. So and it's kind of nice and warm. I might just hang right here for a minute.
No, I don't know.
I'm cutting out. Yeah, God damn it. Anyway, there's another one here and more around the side. It's a veritable infestation of them. We got more here, nasty little bastards. Oh my God. Look at this. We got 1, 2, 3. You know, if you guys were with us out, what did we call that job that we did where we had the big wasp infestation out in Dragoon? And remember the two...
Wasp City.
Wasp City?
Oh, no, that was actually Wasp
Golden
City
Rule. No, it wasn't Golden. What the hell it was?
The ranch,
Oh, Eslick Ranch. Yeah, reminds me of that actually.
Yeah.
And we got one there. We got one over here. So we got wasp nest every damn place. And we're gonna get out the ladder, and we're just gonna use a really simple pyrethrin to get rid of these. Spectricide. It's over the counter. There's another one there. Another one there. It's just every damn place. So we're going to, it's not like that job that we had in Bisbee down there in Warren where we lost count.
No, they're tucked in. I like the way they do this.
Yeah, they're pretty smart about it, aren't they? Can everybody hear me okay? I'm trying to keep the mic at the right distance here.
Yeah, I think it's a little better.
Halfway between. And I hope that, can everybody see us on TikTok? Does it come back?
It looks like it. Can wasps be Africanized?
No, they actually cannot. Honeybees, and Hosh and I were talking about this the other day, that when you have most invasive species, like the Asian carp, okay? That scared the fuck out of me. Anyway, some loud noise coming from that truck. Oh well, they're doing some maintenance here, so we're going to actually talk as we go and work. So when you have most invasive species, whether it's Asian carp or buffalo grass or other invasive species, they're not crossbred. Like Asian carp can't breed with native species here or with like bass or walleye or something, and the buffalo grass cannot cross-pollinate with other grasses here. But honeybees, that's why they're Africanized. And so, to my knowledge, these are the first crossbred invasive species that man used as an invasive breed between European and African bees. Interesting to get into that further, I think. But anyway, we got one wasp nest here, so that we're going to down real quick. I got to get out my face protection here. I'll let you hang on to those.
The reception's mixed. When we're close to that building there, it's better.
Well, then we'll make quick work and get over there.
Yeah. So we're just gonna do the no.
Oh, is this a good look or what?
It's great.
All right. I gotta grab my...
Yeah, we're in Douglas. We're at the Bisbee Douglas International Airport, and we're just taking care of wasps at this tower here. So the wind's pretty crazy today, but we're just knocking out these wasps built up all around this some kind of communications tower, which you'd think the reception would be better. You'd think a lot of things, wouldn't you, Reed?
I think a lot of things all the
time. So, and we'll do a little Q&A. We will do a little Q&A about Africanized bees here in a bit. Right now, we're going to focus on the wasp job at hand.
We kind of got to make quick work of it.
And we got to make quick work of it because they're wanting to get in this building and do some maintenance. That's actually why we're...
Yeah. Right.
Oh, we want to do the first. We are near the prison, yes.
That way we back the truck up right now. Very good. We might need the extension ladder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and get the extension ladder.
I'll run and get it.
So we're going to get the extension ladder so we can... They want to back the truck up and get some equipment in this building so they can keep working. So anyway, it's a good look, don't you guys think? I mean, well, it'll protect me from, any overspray, any drift, any of that kind of thing. Hold on a second, guys. I got to set something down here. So, anyway, Hosh is going to get the extension ladder. There we go. There we go. Now we can take care of this. So we got to make kind of quick work of it, but then we'll do a Q&A on Africanized bees and whatnot. Whole lot of questions to do with what the hell's going on with these Africanized bees in the country, right? We know what's going on with them down here. We're going to kill them. That's perfect. That looks great. Go.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to let you hold that.
Yeah, we don't really need the bee suits when we're doing a wasp job like this. Hey, Sean on YouTube, what's up, man? Yeah, we need wind socks. You know why we don't have the wind socks on the mics? I'll tell you. Because the bees attack them. And then we can't, and then people can't hear. Because the bees plug up the wind socks. So we just stopped using them eventually because nobody could hear us. Interesting, right? Now we've got a few more just hanging out. They're straight up here. You see those?
Yeah.
Hey, Papa. 117, yeah. We're at the Bisbee Douglas International. Oh, yeah, you see them there too? Nope. Right there, there's a gang of them balled up. Yeah. Yeah, no politics. Oh, well, you'll be blocked. We have no tolerance for that. Okay, on the other side of the light? Yep, sure. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you know, we really pride ourselves on this being really a neutral space. It's about bees and nature and real concerns. So. Yeah, I know the wind's hard. We're not in Bisbee. We're in Douglas. So we're just looking for wasps here.
Hey, Roy.
Yeah, I know the wind's with us. So we're spraying some. Oh, and that's a bird's nest up there. It looks like right up on top. Yeah, it's birds. Okay,
I'm going out here.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go tell him he's good to go.
Yeah, the wind's nuts out here today. So, yeah, we're having a big cold front, storm front move in, so you can see these clouds. The wasps, what prevents them from returning? You know, they're a little more random. They don't do the pheromone thing the way that bees do. And the main thing, well, yeah, we've got this crack right here. Yeah, straight up. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What prevents wasps from returning, Reed?
Well, it really, if you knock the nest down,
Yeah.
the chances of them returning get a hell of a lot smaller.
Yeah.
Of course, when spring comes, you're going to have more come back anyway. It's nature's way. But if you kill the existing ones, this type of a morning is really good because there's nobody out in the field.
Yeah.
So it's really going to make us look good because we're going to kill them all. They're all having coffee right now. So we're going to kill them, knock down all of the nests, and then it's over for the winter. Now, unlike honeybees, with wasps, cold weather affects them heavily. Like 99% of them die off. There will be that one queen that will overwinter somewhere underneath a piece of wood or whatever, and we'll do it again in the spring. Whereas honeybees overwinter fine. We'll talk more about that in a little bit here.
Yeah. So we're definitely getting into some colder weather down here. No, the wasps don't come at us. Wasps are actually kind of a breeze. I know people are scared of them, and their venom is more toxic than honeybee venom. Per bite, per sting. The venom is stronger, and more people are allergic to wasp venom than honeybee venom. The problem that we have, of course, dealing with the killer bees, as you've seen, is that they mob. They just overwhelm you. So an individual honeybee sting is not as potent, but you just get more numbers. You all right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. We're in Arizona. We're about, I don't know, we're We're just a few miles from the U.S.-Mexican border down here.
Okay, where's the next one?
All right, so we've got a bunch of these critters that have built little, they've built up inside the, so the next one's right at the joist here. Kind of built up in these small spaces on this side of the joist. Yeah, Cochise County. Yeah, hornets are a little, okay. Maybe we want to knock this one out first. Okay. Because there's more, definitely a lot of guys hanging out on the porch there. Okay.
I'm going to do all 3 of those. Because it looks like 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah, it's all similar terrain. Yeah, similar to Wilcox. Yeah, Wilcox is in Cochise County. Yeah. He may be. Somebody asked if you're impervious to wasp venom at this point.
Hell no.
He says hell no.
It hurts.
Yeah, I've seen him stung actually by wasps. Yeah. I have no I don't think I've ever been stung by a wasp myself. No, we don't, with the wasps, we don't really so much need the suits unless we're doing like that East Lick Ranch job where you just got so many.
I'm gonna get a screwdriver.
Okay, yeah. They're wasps. These are red. These ones here are red wasps. Yeah, oh, there's some up there in that corner too. No, they're not hornets, they're wasps. So yellow jackets are hornets. Yeah, they're red wasps. Yeah, they die later. Yeah, when they fly away on YouTube. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. I'm not really superstitious. I'm other things, but I'm not superstitious. And if I do, I do. You know? Yeah, yellow jackets are bad news. And they're they build the ground hives. We actually knocked one of those out a couple up in Cave Creek, Kansas. Yeah, wasps are native pollinators. So wasps are actually the good guys. Wasps are good, very good for the environment. Yep. Yeah, getting into the killer bee game definitely changes, your perspective on things, So, used to be, yeah, wasps are great. They're very good for the environment. It's just we had such an intense monsoon season this year that they're prolific, they're just all over the place, and we're getting a lot of these calls where the wasps are, they're in people's space, and that's the thing. They're just in people's space, but there's no shortage of wasps out here. I'm pretty sure that all bees release the stinger after stinging, right?
Pardon?
All bees release their stingers after stinging.
Well, not
Like
yet.
bumblebees do, for example, right?
No.
They don't?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
Only honey.
Honeybees. It's only honeybees, I guess. Yeah, I like those bees too, Craig. Craig likes the bees that give milk. We like. Yes. Reed says he'll take 2. Yeah. Now, there's actually another one right on the other side of the joist. And it may be
Right there?
Yes. And it may be part of the one that was on this side. Yeah, wasps will sting over and over. That's right, they will. In fact, the guy that we're doing a job for tomorrow, we're going to do a big killer bee removal tomorrow. I don't know how big it'll be, but we're doing a killer bee
In
removal.
25-degree weather.
Yeah, we're going to do one tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock Arizona time. We'll get started. I think we're in California right now, right? We don't know. See, Arizona doesn't change time, during the daylight savings. We don't do that because of the international border there, and the trade that goes on. So there's no such thing as American honeybees. There are native bees. There are bees that are native to the Americas, but honeybees are not native to North America or South America for that matter. You can use Dawn dishwashing soap in water to kill wasps. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you want to farm wasps like you do bees. You just let them. Nobody's going to get rid of wasps. Wasps are not an endangered species. You don't have to worry about it. And they are good for the environment, though. We love wasps. We just don't love them on on our homes and in public buildings and places where people have to access. Workers accessing this equipment and stuff. Well, how bad what are in Mexico? I'm not sure the question, Daniel. Do I know how bad they are in Mexico? How bad what is in Mexico? You have to clarify the question there. Yeah, but this wasp hornet spray works great.
It's a pyrethrin.
It's a pyrethrin. Yeah, I think Arizona and California are the same time. So there you go. So 8 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow morning. So that would be 11 for the East Coast. We're going to do a bee job tomorrow. And this guy, we're going to take out a killer beehive. The guy that is bringing us in to do this job, he was stung to death by wasps as a kid, and they brought him back. At the age of 10. Wild story, and I don't know if we'll get to interview him, but he has this whole story about getting stung. How many times did he get stung, he said?
82.
82 times as a 10-year-old boy, stung to death.
And gave him last rites.
Yeah, amazing story he had. But, he's okay now. I mean, as far as one can be after that. I'm sure it definitely changed his trajectory a little bit. But he's a cool dude. Anyway, just working our way around this building. We are killing wasps. We're removing wasp nests off the FAA, off of I don't know, what is this building?
It's called a VOR building.
VOR, yeah.
It's all of the signals and everything for landing planes and whatnot. The FAA controls all of the airports, of course, in the country, including the little tiny podunkers, which is what we have here. Now, this little tiny podunker airport in Douglas is not tiny. It was built to handle jets. I mean, like 747s. A Learjet landed here last week. Now, you don't hear any planes flying overhead. We're at an airport. You'd expect that. No, it's so defunct now that airplanes land here about twice a month. That's it. And usually little, Pipers or, 2 and 4 seaters. People just coming down to vacay, a little bit or something. It's really ridiculous. That's what it is.
So killer bees, so Mexico is 100%, all the feral honeybees in Mexico are killer bees. 100%, they're at 100% saturation, just like Arizona. 100% of the feral honeybee population in Mexico are Africanized killer bees, and they're atrocious. They kill so many people down there. Same with Brazil, South America. They kill people all the time. We're not going to hear about it. I actually am curious, though, at the professional beekeepers in Mexico.
Yeah.
They use mostly killer bees, don't they?
Yes.
Like it's not just the feral hives that are Africanized. All the bees.
Right.
There's no European bees in Mexico. You just can't do it.
Well, there might be.
Yeah. In someone's closet.
Ah.
Boy, I'm getting a face full of that.
Oh, well, move out of the way. Yeah.
Then I ruined my shot.
Well, get us out of the
Everything for the shot.
Get us out of the other hive. The wind is so unpredictable right now.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Travis. We're glad to have you along. We love live streaming this stuff. It's really a great highlight of every job, honestly, because it's like we could be out here doing this stuff by ourselves and we have a good time, but then it's
30 years.
But yeah, and he, of course, Reed's been doing it for a long time by himself. But then to have like a whole gang of people, with
Bring
us.
the whole trailer park.
Yeah.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to move out of the way?
Yeah. Boy, I don't know how many hives we have here right now. Or nests, I should say. See, wasps have nests. Bees have hives. Yeah. Yeah, like a dozen. I've lost count. They're all over the place. It's a whole infestation here at this building. And again, it's because of the robust monsoon season that we had. We just had so much rain this monsoon season. We were very, very, very wet. And the ground is still soaked. So we were actually talking about this morning. We're anticipating a huge number of jobs this winter. Wasp jobs, bee jobs, and we're really anticipating a huge spring. Oh, straight up above you. Yeah. And that one, boy, there's a lot there.
No shit.
That's a lot hanging out there. Yeah. Do we do deer blinds? Right. We haven't yet. You ever do a deer blind? What are we talking about here?
Deer blinds?
Yeah, do you all do deer blinds?
Yeah, what about them? Wasp on deer blinds? God damn it. Wasp on deer blinds?
Yeah, I guess that's the question.
Oh, sure, of course it will. I mean, I grew up, we built deer blinds and shit. Of course, up in trees, tree stands and all that shit. Then again, there's always, there's basically two types of hunters. There's the walkers, people just will walk, especially out here in the desert. You can walk all the way to the damn mountains, hope you run across something. And then there's the guys who'll find a game trail, basically. And I found that sitting, I do a combo, either sit around maybe a tank out here, because it's completely different from up north, where I grew up in Wisconsin. Deer hunting up there was completely different. You could find a game trail, get off maybe 10, 20 yards or something, and sit and wait, with your bow or your gun, and wait for something to walk by. That's all right too. And then, of course, if it's 30 below and I was hunting on snowshoes, no, I was going to walk. It was too fucking cold to sit there. It was not going to happen. But out here, I do more walking, I got to admit. I mean, I will go sit on a tank. The only water that we have here is in the 1930s. The ranchers and the government brought in a bunch of D9 Caterpillar tractors and dug out big pits that are like to hold water in runoff areas and for the cows, and they're great for wildlife also, and of course deer and everything else hang around them. In the state of Arizona, you cannot set up deer camp on them. You can within a quarter mile, or no, outside of a quarter mile of a tank, but you can hunt them. You can hunt a tank, and we jump ducks on them all the time. It's a lot of fun. We'll take you guys hunting one of these times. I don't know what TikTok's going to think about that shit, but anyway. But
yeah, all these were built this year, right? These wasp nests. This is all this year. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're deer blinds, and anywhere a wasp can build, of course, as you know, and bees too.
Oh, good. Well, thanks for being with us there, Taylor. Yeah, thanks for coming along. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to shoot them first.
Yeah, so there is a statute here. Hold on. I'm gonna get back. Yeah, there is a statute here that says if you have a feral beehive on your property, feral unmanaged honeybee hive, aka a killer beehive, because there are all killer bees in the state of Arizona, and you don't take care of it, and somebody gets stung, yes, you are liable. And Reed knows what that it's SR and 36-601. SR 36-601. Yeah, says that you're liable. Yeah, if the bees on your property sting somebody up or hurt somebody, kill a cow, whatever, then you're liable for that. Yeah, so you got to get them removed. Yep. And wasps, I'm not sure. No, it doesn't work the same way. It's not the same for wasps. It's just an inherent risk thing. Boy, oh, that's a nice one.
Woo!
Yeah. And the wasp nest seems to be just on this overhang going around the building here. At least at this point, that's what we're looking at. Certain temperature for bee to fly. I don't know, we've seen attacks at 25 degrees Fahrenheit. So not really sure where the bees stop coming out of the hives, but like I said, at 25 degrees. So that's, well below freezing. And Africanized bees are a different thing, And there are some up in there. People assume, and wrongly so, people assume that an Africanized bee isn't, because it's got all that DNA in it, comes from Africa, that they're going to be afraid of the cold weather. And anybody that's of that position doesn't know anything about the weather in Africa. There's places in Africa it's cold. And by the way, I'm from South Africa. So that's a myth, bottom line. It's a myth that they can't live where it's cold. And that Reed debunked that, actually, in Mythbusters, where he found Africanized honeybee hives at 14,000 feet, thriving at 14,000 feet. So they actually will live better where it's cold than your European honeybees will. Yeah, the wind's pretty crazy today. So bear with us, and after we knock all these down, then we'll do a little Q&A with Reed in the truck, probably. Or somewhere, somehow.
We got more over there, right?
We do. Yeah, a little farther. Yep. It's the wind. The wind's really bad on the mics. And around the other side of the building, it wasn't an issue, but on this side, it's a little difficult. You all right, Reed? Okay. Yeah, no, the wind's crazy. Total infestation. Yeah, it's funny. Hit me. I didn't see it until it was literally flying past my face. No. A little farther in. I mean, you got this one here. Maybe. Oh, you said that. And then there's a couple of wasps up above. I don't know if they actually have nests up there. I think they're just hanging out. So we've got one here in the crotch. one. There's a tiny one up there, but I think it's dead.
Yep.
So I think that's the last one right there. Yeah, that's the last one. You know, what wasps, see, Africanization, that applies to honeybees only. You can't mix honeybee DNA with wasp DNA. It's like cats and dogs. So anyway, as you can tell, wasp jobs, you know, they're fun. It's good to be working, but they're not as exciting as the killer bee jobs. Boy, it's gorgeous out here today. Yeah.
Thank you, but what do you think about the weather?
Killer bees will actually pollinate and work under a full moon.
You out of the way?
I am. So the answer is yeah. People ask us all the time, why don't you do
You're not
that?
out of the way. You gotta go out there.
People ask us all the time. Yeah. People ask us all the time, why don't we let the bees go? It doesn't make a difference. They're just as aggressive. Killer bees are just as aggressive, and they mob the lights. They go after the lights. No, we don't guarantee wasp jobs. So they'll have wasps. And they don't like the feral stuff. All unmanaged, yeah. You say all bees are killer bees in Arizona. Not exactly accurate. All the unmanaged feral honeybees in Arizona are Africanized or killer bees. But there are bees that are not honeybees. The native pollinators don't make honey. There's that point. And there are hobbyists that keep bees even though we think they shouldn't. So that's a different thing. But when it comes to feral, unmanaged hives, that's where bees build. Yeah. Yeah. Let me give you this. Sure. There you go.
All right, guys. I'm gonna grab that ladder. You can hear the wind whipping the thing around. I think that's it. I think. I'm gonna do a quick look around again, make sure. But I think that. Take you for a little carnival ride there. I think we got rid of the wasps here for the FAA. I think. Hold on a second, guys. God, what a morning. Fucking windy and weird and wintry. And, you know, it makes me think of deer hunting. Now that you mention it. I did not get drawn, but I wish I had. I could go get a leftover tag. I think it's too late now for it. But I'm going to go take you guys out, do some rabbit hunting. I know there's a bunch of jackrabbits. You know, people always say you can't eat jackrabbits. That's bullshit. I tell you, they are some incredible, the most tender meat next to liver I've ever had. You know, it's how you cook anything, right? I mean, that's literally what it is. It's how you cook it. So even javelina, you know, I've made some incredible javelina sausage and roasts and whatnot. Of course, a javelina is simply a peccary. It's a South American peccary that's actually invasive here, but for a long time. Kind of like honeybees. Honeybees. Did you know, you guys, there were no honeybees in Arizona before 1870? There were no tumbleweeds here either. It's right out in front there, I think. Right out in front of, by that truck. Is it on the other side over there? Okay. Just looking for the step ladder. Get that on, then I can get in and do some paperwork, and then we'll continue with the Q&A, kids. Yes, indeed. But yeah, there were no honeybees. I mean, honeybees in the state of Arizona. Actually, in most of the west of the Mississippi until the 1850s, and then 1870s. 1872 if you look on YouTube, our YouTube channel, Killer Bee Guy, at the end of the vids that I've just put up recently, is a map that shows the invasive progression of European honeybees, not Africanized, European, from the east coast to the west. It's fascinating because the first documented European honeybees in the Western Hemisphere were on the East Coast in about 1650, something like that. And then they, of course, the settlers brought them west with them, and there were no honeybees here in Arizona. So all these people going on and on about how we're going to die without them is bullshit. I mean, we wouldn't have, as many of the commercial crops as we have. It's all money. That's why Brazil made the Africanized bee to begin with. Ah! Jeez, did you guys see that?
I think he rode in on
Scared the hell out of me. Anyway, yeah. God, we got to call someone. Anyway, somebody with a license. Somebody with a goddamn cojones like that. So anyway, I'm going to hand the mic back. I got to do to Hosh. I got to do some paperwork for these guys. I want to take you guys down to the some of these old hangars and show you some of them, and show you some of the places where I've removed some old beehives. It's really kind of haunted. It's kind of weird. In fact, it's really weird. We'll just see. I don't know if we can sneak into any of them. Don't want to. I want them to call back, so I don't want to, cause any problems. But I'm going to do some paperwork. Let Hosh answer a couple of questions, and then we'll get to it.
All right, gang. Hold on. Yeah. Hey everybody. All right, let's see. Okay. All right, good. So we mopped up, got rid of all the wasps, and Reed's going to fill out some paperwork here so I can answer some questions. So there's a few things we never talk about on these live streams. We don't talk about the money. That's between us and the clientele, number one. Number two, we don't talk about race. We don't talk about politics. We don't talk about religion. So that's the end of that. And thanks a lot, because, the bees don't care about any of that. And we don't either. Yep.
Refreshing.
We're not... Are we going to pick up those nests? We don't need to pick up those nests. No, we're out here in the middle of a field here, so we're not going to bother. Now here's our guy. Yeah. All right. So anyway, killer bees. Happy to answer any and all questions, or I do my best to answer any and all questions you might have about killer bees, honeybees, and all that stuff. So basically, killer bees, if you're new to the channel, they were crossbred in a Brazilian laboratory in 1957. Oh, thanks, Dakota. Yeah, they were crossbred in a Brazilian laboratory in 1957, and they escaped. They got out. Basically, they were bred because the Brazilian government wanted to get in on the honey game. They wanted to become a major exporter of honey, and what they found was that the European honeybees, the Italians, the Carnolians, all these critters, they were sickly, and they didn't do well in the jungle environment, and they got diseases and all this kind of stuff. All right. Sorry, Jeff. You got to go. So... yeah.
Tough shit.
Yeah. I mean, anyway. So they wanted to build a better bee, and they brought bees from. They brought queens, 26 queen bees, over from Africa, from South Africa, Apis mellifera scutellata. Let me think how to say this. So, well, it's the scutellata. And they brought those bees over, and they crossbred them with the Apis mellifera, and the result was the Africanized European bees, right? This mutt bee. And they escaped, wouldn't you know. And they spread out in about 300-mile radius from the point of the laboratory, 300 miles radius a year for a little while, and basically took over South America in no time, eventually went up and got through the Isthmus of Panama and completely took over Central America. Uh, Reports are varied in terms of when they got to the U.S. 1990, 1991, they hit Texas, and that's when they were first found. 93, they came into Arizona, or at least that's when they were first found. And by 1998, 100% of the feral unmanaged honeybee hives in Arizona had been Africanized. They do. It's all pheromones. Yeah, Harley. Yep. So that's what happened. Now that was by 1998. It was deemed laboratory genetic testing showed 100% of the samples that were sent in were Africanized, and they said stop sending samples. And Reed went on the warpath. He used to be a beekeeper, and he started exterminating these because they were killing livestock, they were killing people, they were killing pets, and of course they compete with the native pollinators. So it's a challenge, and this is what we're doing is we're just fighting these things. Now we're never going to wipe them out. They swarm 30 times a year, as opposed to the European beehives. They swarm 5 times a year. 30 times a year these things swarm, and they're just all over the place. And they're actually an existential threat to the native pollinators. They compete with our native pollinators for resources, for food. And so for homes, all this, they just take over, and they also will kill European honeybees. Every hive is an enemy of every other hive, and European honeybees don't stand a chance against these critters. So they come in hives all the time. If you want to see a great video there was a bee hobbyist in Bisbee here that was keeping European bees, very devoted, very devout, and killer bees came over her hive and started stinging up the town. We call that it's a playlist we've got there. It's called Bees Gone Bad, and you can check that out. There's a lot of it's cool. But anyway, people getting stung up. They sent 2 people to the hospital, and we came in, and the fire department, police called us, and we came in and took out the hive. Swarm, okay, yeah. So a lot of times people mistakenly think when a hive swarms that it attacks you. No, a swarm is the old queen of the beehive gathers up 5 to 10,000 bees and leaves the hive to start a new hive someplace else. So it's basically how one hive gives birth to another hive. And what I'm saying is that the Africanized bees pump out 30 new hives a year. So for every killer beehive we find, that thing has put out 30 new hives every year it's been in existence. So it's a 5-year-old hive, a 30-year-old hive, and every one of those hives put out 30 a year. That's how prolific these are. And so what happens is out here, it's a lot of ranches, a lot of rural, homes, broken down trailers out in the middle of nowhere, and they set up shop in these places, and they're a real problem because they kill people, and they kill cows. And Reed has a story about a 1,000-pound hog he saw killed in 5 minutes by killer bees. I hear a lot of stories. I've just seen too damn much in my time with Reed. I've just seen too much. I've seen us put ladders up against the sides of houses. Put the ladder against the side of the house, and it's like a bomb goes off, and the air's so thick you can hardly see. That's happened multiple times. Check out Worst Bees Ever on YouTube. Check out Send in the Clowns on TikTok. Send out Portal to Hell on TikTok. That was a recent one that was a real doozy. Another one on TikTok, 0 to 90 in 2.5. You go up and boom, it blows up, so it's really rough. And like I said, imagine doing it without a bee suit. Imagine your kids are out in the backyard playing, and you don't know that there's a hive there. And when you see bees coming and going out of a spot, that's the airport. It's not the city. And wherever you see bees coming and going, at the point where you see bees coming and going, you got 50,000 bees behind that little, oh, there's just a dozen bees. There's no such thing as a dozen bees. 50,000 bees and 500 stings is a rattlesnake bite. So it's bad news. It really is. It's the most dangerous thing. All the ranchers agree down here. This is the most dangerous thing we lived with. You know, rattlesnakes don't fly, right? Scorpions don't fly. So anyway, 30 new hives, and the queen is laying 1,500 to 2,500 new eggs a day. That's right. Non-stop. That's what they do. So anyway, any other questions there? I think Reed's about, you're pretty close to finished up.
Oh yeah,
with these
yeah,
guys.
we're all about done here.
We're about ready.
The official government shit.
So we're just talking killer bees and
Right
giving them the story here, talking about how deadly they are
Can't
out
wait
here.
to show everybody the old hangars.
Oh, that'll be fun. Yeah, we're gonna go take a look at the old hangars over there.
All right.
So,
Take me 1 second, then we're.
for those of you who are joining us, we're at this airport. It's constructed in around World War II times. So, it's pretty cool. Anyway, gang, thanks for following. Thanks for. You look nothing like you sound. Well, God, I don't know what that means, but there it is. Anyway, yeah, it's pretty crazy. So thanks for following. Thanks for sharing, and you know, keeping track of this, getting educated about this. People are lying about honeybees. You know, we don't need honeybees. And it's an important thing to wrap your head around. You know, nobody's dying without honeybees. Honeybees were brought here by the colonists, and they weren't even in California and Arizona before the Civil War. So it's just like, oh wow, yeah. I'm curious about this. Was this too tall? 25 years ago, my grandpa exterminated a killer beehive by himself. Well, I'd love to hear more about that. How do you do it? Yeah. What happens to the drones that don't make out with the queen? Well, they killed them. When winter comes around, they kick them out of the hive and they freeze to death. They cull their own herd. So they kick all the drones out. You want to see the perfect matriarchy, check out a beehive. It's intense. The drones, the males are there for one thing only. And then they got no use for them, and they throw them out in the cold. Yeah. No, trees don't need bees to pollinate. In fact, I'll tell you this. None of our staple crops require honeybees for pollination. None of them. What do we live on, right? What do we eat day after day? Yeah, I know we're all supposed to get our servings of fruit and vegetables, but what do we live on? We live on meat and starch, right? Grain and starch. That's what we're living on in this country. And bees, we don't need them for that stuff. So it's a non-issue.
Okay.
Wow, this person's telling me about their grandfather took out a killer beehive by himself 25 years ago. They're saying he put on every piece of denim and 3 pairs of gloves and used a mix of hornet spray and water. Wow.
And lived.
Yeah, I'm curious where he was located, because that sounds like a damn rancher thing to do, doesn't it, Reed?
Oh, absolutely.
We fucking love the ranchers out here. They're so badass, and they get themselves hurt doing shit like that.
We have no airplanes coming down here.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
No.
We're on a run right now, guys.
Yeah.
We're actually on a runway at the airport. So we're going to take you to old hangars.
So he did this in the middle of summer out in Pecos County, Texas.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's awesome. What a character is right. We meet all kinds of people like that out here, and we love them. And they do get hurt, unfortunately. And that's one of the reasons they call us. And everybody in Cochise County has got Reed's number posted on their fridge or somewhere. He likes to say, 3 kinds of people: the ones that are going to call, the ones that have called, and the ones that'll call again. And that's what we see out here. And I personally have met so many amazing people working next to Reed out here. It's so cool. And they're a different breed. So anyway,
we're taxiing for landing.
we're actually on a runway right now, and now we're on a dirt road. But we're gonna take a look at some of these old buildings. They're pretty amazing.
Now some of these are still.
Yeah, I'm gonna flip the camera around here.
Yeah.
Enough of me.
No, we're not supposed to be driving too much with this.
Yeah, I'll hold off until we stop.
We'll get parked here in a second.
Yep. So let's see here.
These old buildings are just cool.
I met you going to Vegas, you and your friend. He fell off of his, I don't know what that means. I was in Vegas last year.
So everybody,
What?
it's kind of nice with a fire truck. You get to go wherever you want.
I don't know what that means, user. Huh. All right. Okay. So we're gonna go check out some of these buildings. Holy shit! This wind's nuts. Get out of the wind here a little bit. I'm gonna flip the camera around.
Okay. I want to show you signs in the county. We got Old Apache Airlines.
Oh, that's cool.
Is that awesome or what, guys? Is that just amazing? So these are all hangars.
Are we allowed to go in?
Yeah, in a second.
Yeah.
We can get out of the window over here.
No, we're doing a bee remove. We're doing a killer beehive removal tomorrow at 8 a.m. Pacific time. Oh, that's nice.
I tell you, this wind beats you up out here.
Yeah, it does.
It's really amazing. Well, we got the Wasp done, everybody. Yeah, we just had to show you this really cool. These old hangars have been around forever, and they just, you know, are not used at all. I remember years and years ago, I removed a beehive from a huge manhole cover. I don't know, it must have been 3 foot in diameter. It was huge, absolutely huge, that thick. It was so heavy, it was ridiculous. And I got the thing off, and the metal, it was so thick that it screwed up the bee's magnetic orientation for comb, and they built in a spiral underneath that thing. It was just the coolest damn thing. It was so many years ago. So I've removed bees from almost all these buildings out here. Well, almost all the buildings in Cochise County, actually.
And the one we're doing tomorrow is actually in my neighborhood.
Yeah, it's right around the corner
down the street from my house.
From where Hosh lives,
So
exactly.
I have to take them out. They're gonna get my goats.
Yeah, gonna your goat. They're gonna get Hosh's goats. So the bee removal we're doing tomorrow is literally around the corner from Hosh's place, and he and Natalie have goats and chickens and elephants and giraffes and shit like that.
Yes.
And so we got to get rid of them. And it looked like, I mean, the guy noticed them a month ago. And this is the guy we told you about a little bit ago. Hosh told you about that got stung by 82 wasps when he was 10 years old and died. And the priest actually gave him last rites. And then he came back. Oh, my God. And I've known him for decades. He's such a great old guy. One of the premier archers, you know, bow and arrow in the country. He's like 70-something now. But
Pretty good.
Oh, my, I don't know.
Yeah, pretty
For
spry.
how we used to, oh my God,
Yeah.
party around here. We all should have been dead a long time ago. I'll tell you, this Wild West shit's enough to kill a horse.
Was he part of the Elmos
Oh yeah,
gang?
he was part of the St. Elmo's gang. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, like I always say, from what I remember, I had a great time. The officer said I had a blast. So these old buildings out here are just cooler than shit, and that's the prison right over there. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to show you guys. God damn it, I just had some. Yeah, these old, just cooler than hell. So after this, we haven't got a lot going on today, but tomorrow morning we got that live stream. Can't wait to do that. Look at that, isn't that amazing? Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, amazing. Cool old shit around here. Yep. Well, shall we call it a day?
Yeah.
Well, you guys, thank you.
Tune in tomorrow.
Tune in tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming along. We really appreciate it. Go to killerbeeguy.com and get some honey. Damn it. Do it now.
Oh yeah, KBG1.
Oh yeah, KBG1 and 20% off. Okay, it's KBG, get it, killer bee guy. I always love to joke about that. KBG1, and you get 20% off of your order. And enjoy yourselves. We love having you along. Thank you so much for this windy, fucking wintry soiree we had today. It was almost a wintry sorry. Jeez, Friday.
Yeah.
But we got rid of the wasp. We saved the FAA. Yay! And tomorrow we get to go get into this great big hive. I don't know if Hosh explained too much to you, but they're in a soffit. And it's a square box. They're going in the end, and it's about 4 inches by 4 inches, 20 feet long. We have no idea how far back in it goes, but when we peeked from quite a distance, because we didn't have our suits on, from one end, it looked like really dark comb in there. And so you could actually see, because it's 4 inches by 4 inches where they're coming and going out of there. Now, an interesting thing that's going to happen tomorrow morning is it's supposed to be 25 degrees. And so we never know what to expect on any job, of course. But with something like this, the attacking at cold temperatures, we'll see. Then that's the problem with these Africanized hives. They're all different. Every one of them's different, and you can't trust them. Because not only is every hive different from every other hive, temperamentally, they are temperamentally different from one moment to the next.
Right.
And so you don't know from one moment if they're going to be the same in 2 minutes or 5 minutes or an hour or 1 second.
They're really psycho.
They're really psycho. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're psychopaths. And
Yep.
you don't know what to expect from them. So tomorrow morning, they might just be, we tear that soffit off and they might just go, it's cold, just kill us already, please. But we should get some honey out of the deal too. But it's infrequent that we get to do jobs at those kind of temperatures. So come along for that. That'll be really cool. It'll be we're going to live stream it, of course.
Yep.
And we just...
It'll be 11 a.m. Eastern Standard
11
Time.
a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. That's about when you can look for us going on, getting live stream. It'll be around then. Because it's a little bit amorphous. Ish. Yeah, yes, ish. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We really love having you along. And we will see you tomorrow morning. Love you. Say goodbye, Coach.
All right. See you guys. Thanks for joining us.